Welcome back, everyone. Now that we finished exploring the ship, as I search these cabinets, no, don't reload. Just give me the stuff. Give it to me. Can I get these barrels too? No. Okay. Well, I'm going to continue.
Unauthorized access of spacefaring vessels is a crime. Please submit yourself to the authorities. Hello. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction.
I don't want that. What are you gonna do? Self-destruct. I'm not here misappropriating anything. I don't appreciate being talked to that way.
I detect an elevated heart rate, indicating dishonesty. Please prepare yourself for lethal deterrence. Jettison procedures initiated. Disengaging airlocks. Prepare to eject all boarding parties in 5, 4, 3.
Where am I gonna go? Are you gonna eject me?
1. You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment.
What? I need to get the ship in the air. Is this a Hawthorne
This
ship?
vessel is the registered property of Captain Alex Hawthorne. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne.
I like her facial animations. Hawthorne was supposed to meet me when I landed. Hawthorne said, "I'm sorry, your captain's red smear under my escape pod."
I understand. I will require some time
what she
to
said.
process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand?
Can I persuade her? I get it. You need me to be Captain Hawthorne or you can't fly. Okay, but I'm not Captain Hawthorne. Is that...
Well
Sure.
done, Captain Hawthorne. I see your powers of deductive reasoning remain intact.
I know I am intelligent.
Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced.
I doubt I'll find a part like that just sitting in the garbage.
Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand?
I just realized she's calling me Hawthorne because they can't insert random names. So it's easier to voice act just Hawthorne. Trying to get around it. I didn't see your plan. Yes, ADA. I got it, thanks. Captain Hawthorne, the Unreliable. I like it. Knock it off. This Captain's Hawthorne's nonsense.
Thank you. I appreciate your cooperation. Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time.
Can you at least call me Hawthorne too or something? Oh, level up.
Vessel is offline at this time, Captain.
So you're saying like anybody can just jack the ship? Congratulations, you haven't gained enough experience to get a level up. While your character is lot in advance. Let me know and your health will give you boy and upgrade your skill. Keep your level. I did it. Okay. Skill improvement. Every time you level up, you can earn skills. Spend on improved skills. Spending a point on a current core skill melee improves all your specialty skills. You know that shit told me earlier. Every time you skill occur, but special unlock bonuses occur every 20 points. Jeez. Armor comes up. Ooh, I get 10 points this time. My leadership. Command game, 20 armor rating. Why do I like... Yeah. Do all the things for me. But I shall back off on that a little bit. So I can level this up. Get to 40, yeah. combat dialogue abilities. You can unlock a dialogue combat skill when you're attacking the correct type of target. They are automatically. Companion abilities. You can command your companions to use their special abilities on the enemies you are targeting. Ooh, so I do have a party of 3, it looks like. Interesting. Ooh, perks? Selecting perks. Welcome to perk selection on the screen. You get a perk that is spent every 2 levels. You can also acquire perk points through gameplay, such as by acquiring a flaw. Acquiring 5 new perks makes the next tier perks available to you. Alright. Base health, technical damage when alone and apart. Walk speed, sprint, weapon, companion crit, base armor, additional ammo stock on vendors. Carrying way is good. Unlock the ability to fast travel when encumbered. Chance a lot to teach you about killing. I do like base health. Wait. Can I level this up more than one? No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, apply. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay, it fills up the whole thing. Okay, my journal. My journal. Ugh. No, I might just have to have this blinking at me forever. Because I don't want to dabble with this forever. Look at this. Look at all these. Look at all this. Companions? Yeah, I don't have any companions. I don't know why it's teaching me about it. Alright, let's go back outside. See what we can get ourselves into. After I take a drink of water.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, ma'am, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your pay.
Not my pay! You got it all wrong. I'm a Starship Safety Inspector. Do you take down payments and wanton violations? Ugh. Really? After I patched up your friend? I'm just gonna lie.
I'm so sorry. I had no idea we had an inspector coming. If you'd like to speak with my manager, I report to Constable Reyes in Edgewater.
Got it, boss.
Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
What crime scene? All those people you murdered? Can I sheath my weapon? Ooh, I can... Okay, my map. I'm sure this oh yeah, this expands out. Looks like I'm at the bottom of it though. Okay. Let's head on over then. Ooh. So far everything looks pretty barren. I don't know how much the environments are gonna change. Oh, I gotta walk all the way over here with this Marauder man. Oh, there's lots of them. Ooh. No. Yeah. Can't handle me. His head exploded? That's impressive. Do these people have anything? Why are there so many people just walking the desert? Makes no sense. Yeah, more stuff for me to break down. Do you have anything? Maybe I accidentally looted you. Alright, let's continue on our path. Okay, so that's how I change weapons. I'm gonna try this shoddy out. See what kind of damage I can do with it. If I run into anybody else. I got pretty close to the settlement all of a sudden. Where are these? What is this?
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from? Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's Marauder territory, friend.
Just passing through. My pod crashed in the hills back there. How do you know I'm not a marauder? I just passed through.
Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls and low prices.
But I never get your name. I'm Miss Yappa. Do they pay you to chat with strangers? Nice to meet you. I'm Alex Hawthorne, captain of the Unreliable. Is that why you get a pair of armed
Pleased
guards?
to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that.
Why don't you? Oh, okay. I
Name's
think you have
Silas.
gloves on.
Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
Who do I talk to about power regulators? I'm looking to make a little money. This place looks like it's falling to pieces. Junior, fancy town for a gravedigger.
Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer?
Depends on the work. You're offering me a job. I do what I want.
Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites. We rent them from the company.
What?
Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see?
You just dig up the corpses and throw them somewhere else? You want me to collect what's owed to you? I can't do that. Or I can do that. You're making money, making people pay for their own graves? Why can't you collect these fees yourself? Let me ask you about something else.
Company policy. If it was up to me, I'd put the whole town 10 feet under, free of charge.
Wait, so... You collect these fees yourself?
Quotas, mostly. Got a backlog of graves to fill. Bodies won't bury themselves, you know?
I'm gonna do something else.
Yeah?
That sounds scummy. This town must be in pretty bad shape if it's keeping you employed. You lose a lot of people to marauders. Have you heard of any news about the Hope?
Former people, yeah. Marauders been raiding my graves, you see. Hence the armed guards.
What? What are they after?
Oh no. They are after the most precious loot of all. Spacer's Choice Company property. If those marauders swipe any more bodies out of my cemetery, company's gonna duck my pay.
Wait, the bodies are part of the company property? If you still need those fees collected, I'm willing to help. This town must be in pretty bad shape.
You could look at it that way, I suppose. You could look at us and say, those Edgewater saps lost near every soul to plague. But you'd be wrong. We're survivors. Loyal company folk, brave in the wilds.
Not worried about falling sick?
Every now and again, a virulent plague sweeps through our town. That's life on the frontier, I suppose. A body grows accustomed.
How long have you been a
Hang
gravedigger?
on, I'm doing some math in my head. 20, 30, carry the one. All my life? Work's been real good to me. Fresh air, exercise. Only problem's the paperwork. Can't get anybody to pay their gravesite fees.
No, I'm not gonna deal with it. Don't be that guy. He has a shotgun. Little lady just has a knife. Okay, there's a weapon wheel. I want that one. Can I go in any of these doors? Discovery points, yeah. What is this? Oh man. I kind of don't want to read any of that. 6 out of 15, dang. Steal. I gotta do that. Let's go over here. That's not a door. Where's the door? Door? Door! I want one of those. Wait, is that the... Oh, it's a toilet shower. Okay. I hope guards don't like check my body and they're like, what is this doing in here? I'll be like, I'm sorry, I don't know where that came from. Also, how do you know that's stolen? Does it have a big steel sticker on it? Property of man I stole from? Let's go in the town. Don't know why there's no guards out front, but I'm going in town. Shouldn't they be opening the gate for me? Welcoming me, the inspector. Inspector undetermined of the Tawthorn Heights inspector. Nailed it. Sounded perfect. I want to know what the moon guy's name is. What kind of hat does he have on? He's stealing my gimmick. Just hats on everything. It's a perfect gimmick. Who are you?
Keep your distance, friend.
Oh, you look
Sick house
cool.
is no place for a traveler.
Okay, I don't want to go in it then. Let me just go Cantina Spacer's Choice. Who are you? I'm just gonna go to the quest because it'll probably tell me to come elsewhere later. Why is there no one at the front desk? What is this? I'm a klepto, I need to steal. Just gonna let me walk around on my own? Everyone's fine with this?
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The cans bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson, I think there's someone here to see you.
Seems we've got a guest. Really not.
Wow, look at
I
this
do wish you'd
Irishman.
spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
Englishman? You must be the town boss. Are you Reed? I was told I should talk to you.
I'm Reed Thompson, outpost
Top
administrator.
hat?
I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
I think you may have the wrong idea about me. Uniform, what are you talking about? I don't work for Spacer's Choice.
Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
What? My ship needs repair. I'm looking for a power regulator.
Only regulator we got is the
Whoa.
concept of the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator.
Please?
But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Let me guess. You want me to do something for you before you help me? Fine, let's
There's
hear
a
it.
power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
When you say mostly abandoned, what do you mean? That's a lot to ask of a stranger. Tell me about this geothermal plant.
The geothermal plant was built by our owners, Spacer's Choice. Lit up the whole Vale once upon a time. Most of the Vale is now abandoned. All that
How?
power is going to waste.
How did it get all abandoned if it's so important? You said this botanical is mostly abandoned.
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
What a surprise. Remember, what do we guess? I don't think these people will take kindly to losing their power.
No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, you will be doing them a kindness.
Even if I switch
People
it...
living in the botanical labs. They're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
Why they desert you? If you want me to solve your deserter problem, I charged by the head.
Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations.
None of what you're telling me is my problem. I've seen Edgewater. I don't blame these workers for walking out. How can I help?
My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
Alright, Reed, I'll see what I can do to help. How will I recognize Adeline?
Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership.
These workers must have left town for a reason. What if Adelaide doesn't want to come back? You're asking me to cut off power to an
My
entire
reason was
community.
me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. But I am ready to make amends if they are willing to return to the fold. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
I'll see what I can do.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful.
Ooh, can you be my first
I
companion?
mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Sure, I could use the companion. Let's
Great.
do it.
I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Let's get going. Ooh, companions. You gain a companion there. A character to join you if your adventure needs help. Companions provide combat support. Their skills enhance your skills. They increase your carrying capacity. You can unlock special companion combat abilities with the inspiration skill. You learn more about cannons. Ooh.
Sure. On my way.
Ah. Whoa. What happens if I talk
We
to
better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
you? Ooh. He sounds like a bad man.
Hey, ma'am, can we talk? Sorry. You got a minute?
Yeah.
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me.
Yes,
It's
I do.
Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not. This is about the deserters, so what are the other side of it? Figured Reed didn't exactly strike me as the most honest soul. What he said seemed pretty straightforward to me.
Oh, he ain't a liar. He believes every word he says.
Well,
It's just, he doesn't always get where other folk
doesn't
are
mean you're not a
talking.
liar.
To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
It's not a lie. I don't believe it's a lie. I can't blame anyone for wanting to leave. This town got issues. How well did you know the deserters? You worked with them? You were friends, or what? Did I remember?
Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
What do you need to talk to the victor about? Flipping a switch in your power mill? Where would I
The mission's
find
on
him?
the east side of town. You can't miss it, on account of it being the only clean thing.
But I guess it
Thanks,
won't
Mom.
hurt.
I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Yeah. Green. No, they're both green. Okay, I can just highlight them, and it will tell me. Ooh, what is that?
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out of your pay.
Ease off the threats, friend. I'm going.
Boss's orders. We all got
I thought that man was a robot for a second. Why would you not point me to the door and... Why would you do this to me, game? I guess the doors aren't loading screens, so sure.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Oh, this is what? The money religion. That looks like a big money sign. This is gonna be an evil person.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
Oh, wants me to talk to you about Reed. Ask us to do. How did you know I'm an outsider? What sort of spiritual advice do you have to offer? I don't really care.
What? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
Fix the Giro plan. Cut off the power out of the deserters. Cut power to the deserters. If you can answer quickly, we're in a hurry.
That seems well within your expertise.
The way we do it's by cutting off power to the others. The ones who left.
Adelaide McDevitt's encampment. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
So what do you advise? What do you think of Adelaide's group?
They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice?
Depends on how well a leader can provide beyond your walls. So what? Yeah.
Astute. But I am here, not in the deserter camp. So that's not a variable I can account
Oh,
for.
look at this man by the books.
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Alright, talk everyone into coming together. I'll keep that in mind. Sounds like I've got our cut out for me. Thank you for your time. This has been a waste of time. Is that even possible?
Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume.
And why is that?
One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
Oh, handsome. Would a victor be after a banned hereditary
I just
book?
want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
Assuming the authorities would be interested to hear your... I'll need to know a little more about this book before I agree
It's
to
a
this.
handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious?
Wait, why didn't you grab it?
It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
bang, 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 bang. All right, well, I'm gonna end the episode there. Hopefully we can get into some craziness with these marauders and test out these companion abilities, because that sounds pretty fun. So I'll see you guys next time.